Hello everyone. Today is what's today? It's Thursday, June 16th, 2022 at 6:17 p.m. So this is my backup channel. And you know how when a person drives or they have a car, if they have a car that doesn't run, if they have a car that does not run, the car they advise you to kind of drive the car a little bit to keep it running, or if you just leave it idle for years or a long time, then it won't work or something. So with this account, I've already lost I already lost a lot of subscribers, and I'm not sure if I lost subscribers due to people's accounts being deleted, or if I lost subscribers due to if I lost subscribers because of people's accounts got deleted, or if they unsubscribe because I'm not that active that much on this backup channel, or if they deliberately and maliciously unsubscribe because of the slander campaigns about me. So I try to give it the benefit of the doubt. It might be a combination of all three. So it was May 31st. I started a new job through Avis and Budget Rental Car. Excuse me. And so it was through Avis and Budget. I was on the streets, and then I was able, when how was I? I don't remember being on the streets when I started the job. Yeah, I think I was already in this motel before then. Was I? I don't remember. But I think I already was in this motel room. Probably the Thursday before I started. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't remember being on the streets. I know where I was at the when I very first started the job. Somebody had a couple of days before treated me to an Airbnb room for 3 nights. That was what it was. And then the lady at the Airbnb, well, she let me stay for 2 more nights. And then June 2nd, I've been here since June 2nd in this room, back in this motel, a different room from the room before the situation with Trisha. So then I started May 31st. I already noticed some perping. June 1st, that morning was a rough morning. And then I think later on that day or the next day, I had an altercation with another coworker and been bullied almost every day. And I just got here and having problems already. So on my Candy Grandpre channel, the online perps, they already know and stalk that channel. That's my active channel. Most professed targeted individuals let the fake TI perps and the popular fakes brainwash them to turn against me with the slander campaigns. So I hardly have really that many real targeted individuals who subscribe to me. you know, so it might be a few. So I felt like, well, you know, the job that I started, $12.50 an hour, get paid every 2 weeks, even though it's full time. I felt like I still knew I was going to be financially struggling. And even at the beginning, I haven't gotten my first paycheck yet. So I just found out today, even though I put direct deposit on June 3rd, got that set up, and they're still, for some reason, going to send me a paper check. And Waterfront Mission, they play with my mail. And that's the address on my driver's license. So it's gonna be sent, the mail gonna be sent there. So if I would have known that, I would have had the mail sent to the general delivery. And I would have got it, you know. So it's part of the gang stalking and them delaying my work paycheck. They bullied me off the job. I worked from May 31st to June 12th. And, you know, they bullied me to quit. I was trying to stick it out as long as I could, and things started to get chaotic, and I didn't want things to get worse. And, of course, they ganged up on me and, you know, picked on me, and the managers sided with them because they were there longer and I'm new. And so I got more details on my main channel. So also on June 8th, I tried to take on a temp job and that would pay me daily. Well, I would have been working 2 jobs. But the temp job, 2 women ganged up on me, and one of them tried to fight me, act like she wanted to fight me, and try to make me scared of her. The manager defended them. So, I just, you know, I didn't feel safe. So then I quit, and then I have gang stalking footage of being gang stalked immediately after I walked off the job. And so, at least I could have been getting paid every day. I mean, and I would not have had to beg or ask y'all for anything. I could have been working 2 jobs right now. The gang stalkers think they have the online gang stalkers think they have the authority to dictate that I should be prevented from being a writer and an author and try to make money off of that. And, you know, they police and comment on my every move, my every breath, everything I do and say. They try to criminalize it. So, just a couple of weeks ago, the motel manager thought that, you know, he knew I was good with keeping up with the payments. So then I told him, you know, I even told him about the second job or whatever. But today he didn't even much allow me to explain myself, and me telling him that, like, he didn't even allow me to explain my situation. The fact that I just won't have the money tomorrow, he got mad at me, and I got to be forced to be punished with being back on the streets. I no longer have a sleep spot. I'm a week behind on this rent because he told me last week when I told him that, and I've never been behind ever, and I've been staying here since late January. Well, but minus the situation with Trisha, and then me going through what I went through, you know, on the streets from May 15th up until, I don't know, the 28th or somewhere around there. So, they would the gang stalkers would make death threats at me just about every day and cuss me out just about every day. And, pick fights with me, and then the online gang stalkers would defend and agree with the in-person gang stalkers and make it like I'm the one starting trouble. But I'm under strong, heavy attack right now, So the online gang stalkers, they nitpick and make fun of and have remarks about everything I do and say, but I can't talk about or insult anybody. So if I would have got, even with me losing the job, they bullied me off of 2 jobs within 4 days. So I could have paid from last week, and I could have paid tomorrow. I could have paid for last week and this week, and then probably would have had to been on the streets next week. So it cost $365 for this room, and I don't even think that the motel manager would approve of me, even if I can pay up $365 for 1 week and catch up from last week and stay here a little longer, and then hoping to get my check, the physical paycheck. But I don't think that's going to happen, because bad enough people have turned away their support from me because of the gang stalking, lies, false rumors, or smear campaigns from gang stalkers and / or narcissistic abusers, and certain professed targeted individuals. We couldn't get along because they were controlling and narcissistic. So not all, but some, So the night before last, and probably Monday, I was forced to go to bed with no food. But thankfully, a few people helped me. And I didn't realize that 2 more people recently donated to my fundraiser. So the Go Get funding, I got all that any way y'all can help me. It's impossible, or it would be a miracle from God if I could get donations and enough help with $730. If multiple people can pitch in, with $730 would be 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of motel, and it's extremely dangerous for me to be on the streets. And the more I try to ask for help, and the more I expose truth, that's the more the gang stalkers create more lies, more slander campaigns, and on purpose to make people not help me. And then some people who have donated, they'll see the slander campaigns and go along and believe it, and then quit supporting me. So and the slander campaigns are getting more vicious and stronger. And people are going along with it and believing it. Even the ones who say that they're targeted individuals, they're being deceived and bewitched. I'm battling by myself with really, I don't have an army or a team. I'm being ganged up on and cyberbullied by the gang stalkers. As I said, stalking, following, and harassing my every move, and think they got control over me. And making these false assumptions. I don't think they're even just falsely assuming. I think they're malicious slander, malicious lies, just to make me look crazy and make me look bad. So earlier, I had one of the worst outbursts I had in a long, long time. Being fed up and frustrated. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, and I know I'm telling the truth. So, they want my conscience nagged about everything I do and say. I gotta be wrong. Wrong for everything. Everything. And I'm saying that the professed targeted individual community, the community as a whole, who have oppressed and abused me and treated me a certain way, the TI community in general, y'all owe me a big apology. And then the fake TI and you know the TIs that TIs that turn perps, they've lost their conscience and become reprobate. So I won't. They're not become narcissistic. So I won't get an apology from them that they really owe me. And a couple of weeks ago, no, it was about a month ago, almost a month ago, that my twin sister tried to make a threat to and try to make a plan. Her and her devout cult followers, cheerleaders, flying monkeys, they all try to conspire to plan to have them call adult protective services on me right before I started my job. And all I was trying to do was get out of the rain. And I dealt with being harassed on the streets, and they reversed it on me and lying and said that I'm the one who's harassing innocent people. How am I harassing an innocent person when you see an obvious one headlight out? An obvious one headlight out, and you saw the perp try to deliberately, recklessly run over me. Those are the ones who shouldn't be driving or having cars. So, it doesn't even seem like there's any way that if anybody can share my situation to multiple social media like Instagram, Facebook. They're turning their nose up. They won't even do that. They won't even pray for me. The ones who say that they're Christian, they will not. They won't even pray for me. But then they falsely assume that I'm not praying, that I don't pray. And they think they know it all. They think they know it all about my every move. So, see, they're trying to distract me. You hear that? So, they're still trying to slander and discredit me, trying to tell the truth, trying to get the truth out. And I'm trying all I could to avoid the streets. And so, the idea of dealing with severe abuse, as I said, they're blocking and stopping me from trying to make a living off of my writings and think I don't have a right to do that, or I'm not supposed to be allowed to do that. And they make threats and have made attempts to try to find out where I work at and try to guess where I work at and trying to call up random places of business and trying to tell them about me. And then try to say, well, Candy makes herself suitable to get fired before she can even start her first day of work. So they think I deserve to be punished with not being allowed to make a living. The online and in-person gang stalkers. And it's like, you a man bullying a female off the job to keep her homeless and destitute? You're gay. You're gay. You're a satanic sodomite to do that to somebody. Unbelievable. Men used to care more about women back then. But then again, people used to love and care more about people back then. And people think it's okay for my twin sister to encourage society to make me stay out in bad weather. And make me stay out in bad weather. And make me starve. Wow. You can go to a comfortable bed every night. And, you got food security. And, I'm the greediest pig in the world for one little crumb of rice. and one sip of water, I'm just the greediest person in the world who should not be allowed to eat. I'm telling everybody what's going on, and so my information is so I hate to have to be back on the streets tomorrow. Any way y'all could help, even if you just pray for me, or even if you just spread the word, on your social media, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever else. Even if you spread it to your church, anywhere. Professed Christians won't even help me. Got their nose turned up and make it like as if I'm going through what I'm going through as God chastising me, or God's wrath on me, or punishment because I quote unquote did everybody dirty, in which all I did was expose what y'all did to me that was sadistic and abusive. So, other people can get help with like a fundraiser and stuff. The Go Get Funding is the GoFundMe alternative, since they falsely reported me for fraud when I tried to get another GoFundMe. After they bullied me to the point where I was forced to take my GoFundMe down. I should have kept it up. And so I have the Go Get Funding. I have my blog. I have my Ko-fi, where I mainly write my short stories and have a few little pictures and stuff. I have the Go Get Funding, and now I put Venmo. My Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. And, I'm not even much advertising the Amazon Kindle anymore, really. Even though I put the link in the description box, but I'm not really advertising hardcore because, I got the ebooks for free on my blog, in which, the online purpose want to say is just a joke. So I still haven't recovered from the losses that I had from Trisha's house. And here's what my shoes look like now. Can you see that? They're the front. It's kind of dark in here. So it's like I haven't even fully recovered, and even replacing things that I was forced to leave behind and everything. And everybody want me to just stop talking about it, stop talking about the situation and forget about it and move on. But I wouldn't be in this predicament if that wouldn't have happened. And so she's playing like she's the victim and, maliciously lying to people and saying that I'm the one who dogged her out. When actually I caught on to her. She pretended to be fake nice and fake excited to see me. And then she went to use the bathroom. And then the moment we got in the car, I told her, don't worry about, I was going to take my bags and put them in. So she said she was pregnant, but she insisted on doing it, and she lied on me and said that I forced her to do that. And it's like just malicious lies. So I would never do that to nobody. I try to tell her, no, I got it, because I feel like I don't like people touching my stuff. But she acting like she was eager and excited, and as I said, she was perping me and trying to butter me up. And people were saying she was trying to groom me for a sacrifice. And now it's like the whole world is mad at me because the sacrifice wasn't successful. And I lost a lot of support. When I thought I had nobody, then I started to get a few little so-called TI friends came back into my life. Then they backstabbed and betrayed me. And I'm back to having isolated and having 0 TIs to talk to on the phone. Nobody I can talk to. Nobody. And they either joined my twin sister's cult or threatened to or considered it. If you do that, then you become a perp. You became a perp, and you discreetly and covertly became a perp. Why would you even threaten to do that to another target? So a lot of professed targets who say they're still targeted, they're acting all shady and weird you know. So, I don't know. It would be a miracle if I could get help with $730 that would cover this past week and this coming week and help me stay off the streets. And as I said, I don't really have anywhere I can go. I have no sleep spot I can go to. The homeless perps and the police have bullied me, and other perps too. They bullied me and ran me off of every so-called sleep spot I try to have. And I won't be able to have a spot where I can use the bathroom or anything like that. So the motel manager gave me a night of extra grace. He gave me a night of extra grace to stay here tonight, and then told me I'm going to have to leave tomorrow. But he seemed like he was frustrated and upset behind something that he wouldn't even allow me to explain. That, as I said, they sent me a paper check to delay my payment, and they don't care, trying to set me up to be back on the streets again. And then when I'm back on the streets, they can take advantage, the perps can take advantage of capturing me by having me jailed, mentally institutionalized, or shot and killed, or injured, or assaulted, or hurt, or anything like that. So please look in the description box on ways you can support and help me. And please pray for me and spread the word. Thanks for listening to me. I love y'all. And I don't know when I'll update on this channel again, but I'll see y'all.